Hi, I'm back. And as promised, I'm a little bit late. I'm a lot of bit late, actually. I had to watch Cake Boss. When I said I wanted to rewatch that video, I couldn't remember who showed me the easy, quick way to line your mold when you're just trying to, you got like a few things to do. Cake Boss. Matter of fact, all I did was YouTube search how I line my wooden molds, and she popped right up because you line a wooden mold. If you have to line it yourself, you're lining it with freezer paper. Um, I'm trying not to knock anything over. Freezer paper, freezer paper. Plus, it's useful for other things too. I'm not going to line the mold right now. That was so late. I am putting my scents together. While I was gabbing away with you, I should have been putting these together. They're like, oh God, 10 different essential oils. I'm only using a dropper or two. Rose Absolute, 2 dropper fulls. Because it's for me. I mean, if you want some, you can have some too. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be like $7.99 a bar. And I don't have a lot of bars. 2 of the vanilla. I'm only making 3 pounds. So and I have some, I forgot I had that. It's like tar, but it's good for your skin. That's why I bought it. It's good for your skin. Oh, it's like tar. I really don't want to use my dropper. It comes out thick and gooey, like a caramel or something. A lot of the essential oils are like that. So that probably was just a half a dropper full. So if you want to take this journey with me, with this soap that I'm making, peppermint. I'm telling you right now, $7.99 a bar. And my bars are 1 inch thick. That's why I only get so many bars out of the loaf. $7.99. Because I'm using a lot of product. I'm using a lot of product. It's like, can I afford myself? Can I? I get to put 3 ounces of fragrance for this recipe, and I did increase the water content because I'm going to attempt a swirl with the 3 additives that I showed you on the, oh dear, on the, that smells good. Peppermint's good for your skin, your face. And clary sage is good for you. It smells very green. That's why I bought it, but it smells exactly like medicine. It smells like a bunch of torn up leaves. You know those switches, those green switches that you get in trouble for using nowadays? Yeah, that's what it smells like, but it's good for your skin. You can't argue with that. So we're going to have to set you here, friends. Okay. There. You're resting periodically on top of something. And get these that I like to keep in order. And yeah, I use some of my precious 5-fold orange. Lemon and orange and all those bright, delicious smelling scents, and their essential oils too in the morning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And a little pear, fresh pear. Things that I like to smell. And not a lot of fragrance, but mostly essential. I can still smell the medicine. That's my phone. Who could this be? Oh, this is my... Okay, I'm gonna probably get yelled at or something. Hey, Jessica. I'm on the air. I'm on a Google's Hangout. I'm making some face soap. Or some soap for my face. Yeah. What, are you driving? Okay. Well, I'm still taping, so when I'm done, which will be in about 15 minutes because nobody really wants to watch soap cook. I told y'all, nobody, it's like watching paint dry. So after I get my soap going, it needs to cook, so then I'm going to call you back. Plus, I don't want to knock these scents over. And then you can decide whether or not you really, because right now you're in the video. So let me hang up. I didn't stop the video, okay? Okay, bye. That's my cousin's wife, Jessica. She's real cool. And I have a bunch of male cousins. I was like the only girl in my little group. And I have like 4 other aunts. Used to be 5. Anyway, my cousin Steve and his wife came here for something, and they were here when I was making a video, and I gave them some soap. I mean, like, if you know me, and here comes my daughter, this baby girl. If you know me, and you want some soap, it's yours. My relative. Because I found some people, they will just keep, taking the soap. And I'm like, boo, you got a career. You don't have a good job. You have a career. You're a careerist. You get plenty. Shoot some this way. I had to stop giving it away. I give it to my family. It's like that GoDaddy commercial. Oh, wow, somebody not related to me bought my soap. That happened a couple of times, but they knew me. They knew me. It's not like when you go shopping, you don't know anybody that owns Sears or JCPenney. You just, I like this and I'm buying it. So there you go. But see, the thing about, because I put my live water in there already. And I'm going to stand up to do this because I don't want to get splashed. I put rosemary and thyme, the actual spices, in here too, along with the calendula. And as I stir this, it's going to dissipate. It's going to disintegrate, basically. But, I like a botanical. I can't blow my nose, sneeze, or get a glass of water without botanicals in my soap. And you see this myrrh? It's so thick and it's all the way down now. I don't know how I'm going to get this out. Note to self, next time just drop the myrrh in separately. Because I don't know how I'm going to get this out. Except to shake it. Shake it like a salt shaker. Shake it like a salt shaker. I'm not soaking wet though. I don't know. Man, I don't know. I put that away, but I think I may put a little bit of vanilla in it to round it out. And anybody who's bought my soap, you know the stuff that I like. It's gonna, God, really smell like that. It's just, I put a touch of warm vanilla in just about everything. And I like a candy smell because, my midlife crisis, I'm 12. When I was 12, I wanted to be a 50-year-old woman. Now that I'm 49-year-old woman, I want to be 12. I want to do splits, back bends, whatever. Okay, here we go. We're going to stick blend this. It's going to be loud. There'll probably be a part 4. So after I stick blend this, you can, if you want to hear and see it, you can. Okay? But it is an unpleasant thing. And I'm not going to talk because you won't be able to hear me. Alright, all things nothing can be knocked over. Everything got a lid on it. Okay? You burp it. I already stirred the lion. It's been sitting here. You see all those air bubbles? That's what I'm trying to avoid. You see the botanical? I want to blend it to trace, and then it will cook. It's just to emulsification, a little bit more. Now, because it's 40% water, the water lye ratio, I adjusted it for 38%. Here's the thing, it's going to take longer to dry out, because when I'm done cooking it, it will be soap that you can use, no more lye in it. And it's still a rather high super fat for like some people, but I cannot dry out my skin. The turmeric turned it a nice orangey color. So it'll probably be coral with the it's thickening up, as you can see. Very thin trace. I know it's emulsified now. So if this was just cold process, I'd stop here, add my colors or colorants or additives, and pour it in a mold so that it doesn't thicken up and you can actually get a swirl pattern. That's not what we're doing. We're going to cook this soap, and like I said, I put more. I made it a little bit more watery so that there could be some fluidity as I pour these. It can have some kind of a swirl pattern, but it's hot processed, so it tends to have a rugged look. But I noticed when I added more liquid, it's still dried, it's still cured. It just took a little bit longer, but it was prettier. Now, I personally like cold processed soap. I know you have to wait, you know, for it to cure several weeks, but to me it lasts longer, but you gotta wait for it. I'm stick blending this to thick trace because I'm cooking it, so. And then we're going to line that mold. And then after we get it in there, it's going to be a couple of days before I can cut it. I'll bring you back for the cut video. Probably Sunday maybe, or Monday, or Tuesday. Let it sit in the mold that long. I do this to dispel the air bubbles. You don't want air bubbles in your batter. They make imperfections in your design when you pour. But don't break your stick blender, just gentle taps. To me, this is just like medium trace. No, this is, it can get thicker. That's why I know. And this is, I turned it off. So I know this actually did trace. It just didn't get hot and solidify. This is a thick trace because it doesn't pour from the end of the stick blender. It just drips. This is a thick trace. I've gotten thicker traces. I kid you not. It's quicker to cook and it won't separate if you make sure it has traced completely. There. This is a heavy trace. Very much so. I'm going to take my spatula and make sure my hand is not on the on button. Don't want any accidents. That happens. You can't be distracted when you make soap. That's for sure. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. No kids, dogs, pets, problems of any kind. Keep your mind on your soap or you're going to have a problem. Either with somebody else getting some uncured soap on them or one of your ingredients being tipped over or something crazy like that. It's like, oh no, can't do that. Make sure all the soap is, I stick blend until I can't stick blend anymore. Now this is on low. And I'm going to put the lid on. And no, we don't use this for food. Once you soap and put lye and uncured batter on stuff, you can't use it for anything else. You can't. You cannot. It cannot be used for anything else. So, I take, you know, I still didn't get any scissors. Here, I just moved these. You know, I moved my kombucha. I'm so paranoid about it. I moved it to underneath a cabinet so that, I mean, we won't have a reason to go in there. I moved all the saran wrap and whatnot. I moved that away. We won't even have a reason to go in there. So it should be, it needs to sit undisturbed for at least a week. So today is what, Thursday? Next Thursday I can have some kombucha. I have some now and I mix it with kale, apple, ginger, spinach, parsley root, celery root, no beets. I don't need the sugar. The carrot is sweet enough. And I mix that with the kombucha. The kombucha is sweet enough. Plus it's very strong. All right. Yeah. So let's move on. I'm procrastinating because I try not to hate anything. But if I got my son to line the mold one time, I did. I said, Billy, come line this for Mom B. Then he did it. You need some tape. You need a mold of the appropriate size. This can hold, I think, up to 5 pounds. I think up to 5 pounds. And I usually put a liner in here, corrugated plastic liner. Because sometimes things leak. or a piece of saran wrap, because this is freezer paper, it's plastic coated paper. So I'm like, you can see where sometimes when the soap gels, it can get up to 200, 100 and something degrees. It can get really very hot. And I know me, at a certain point, it's time to go to bed. And this soap will be doing its thing. So I think what I'm going to do is put some plastic wrap down in here, because it's either that or use this. And I think this is the, you can see where some soap got in it. I think this is for the bigger one. This is for the big one. Yeah. So I don't know where it went. I don't know what I did with it. Seriously, I don't know. I'm like, how could that disappear? Because it wasn't one piece like that, which made it a problem. Yeah, I'll make another one. All I need to get is a little bit of plastic wrap. You can use the grocery bags if you want. Some people use foil. But I'm going to put this in here before I put my wax paper down. You know? My freezer paper. To make sure the soap doesn't leak out. Because that happens in soap making. Some stuff, you know, you can try to avoid it. But you can't get too mad if it happens, because stuff happens. To me, this is a form of alchemy. And because when I'm in a bad mood, I might have a problem with my soap. It has a life force of its own. I know that sounds weird, but it does. And it's just with the soap making. It's not with the bath bombs or whatever. It's just with the soap making. All right. Since I didn't bring any scissors. No, and I didn't have enough sense to leave scissors in here. Oh, I do. I do have scissors. They're somewhere over here. Right. This is why I bought them. This is why I bought them. Just they're kitchen shears. You just need some scissors. Move my stuff. Okay. Matter of fact, I can move all of it over there until I'm ready for it. Just to make, I don't like things getting knocked over. I mean, anybody that's soaked know how I feel to be distracted, have something get knocked over. So, my son comes in here cussing. He's 17. I'm taking back. Did you hear that? What did I say? You don't want to be bothered with Mom B. Mom B. You get yourself some wax paper. This is the the Soap Boss method. The Soap Boss method works for me. And go ahead. You didn't see that. You didn't see that, did ya? You know. Okay, I'm going to have to get that later. Okay, you take it, and you want the shiny, smooth side in the mold. And, you know, you really should take some oil and oil it, the paper and all. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you what I know. It would not hurt. Even if you spray some Pam in there. Even the silicone ones, it just would not hurt. Because I've had some temperamental loafs that, you know, they were not trying, it was just not trying to come to pass. So she said, you take your finger, index finger and thumb, and you go and you make that line on the inside like that. Okay? Just in case you want to do it too. And you keep the paper still. You make that. And this is what I have been doing I watched it. I just kept it in the back of my mind. I did. Kept it in the back of my mind. And I started doing this because I have some silicone molds. There. Oh, that's crooked. But it doesn't matter. That's what you have. All right. Sweet babies. Here comes Lauren.
I don't like pranking anymore.
She doesn't like pranking anymore.
No pranking.
No more pranking.
Rude.
It's rude. Pranking is rude. You take it and you fold it on those inside corners.
It's an accident. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this yet.
What's it?
Do I have to clean up this mess?
Yeah, you need to clean that mess up in your room for sure.
Do I have to?
See, you need to make sure the paper
Do I have
is
to
on
clean
the
the
mold
paper up?
correctly.
Yeah,
Mine is crooked, but it's gonna work still.
Alright, you can't put the paper live and brown.
And you can see the
Get hurt for it.
piece that you make.
You didn't go to get hurt for that.
Where she gets
I
this.
apologize for that. I'm sorry.
Where it's from. But she gets.
Apologize now.
Yeah, all the time if it's sincere. If it's a sincere apology, yeah. Then yeah.
Apologize.
I'm just folding all along these lines. You're wanting to know why you measure out so much.
Sorry.
And I want a little bit to flip over the sides for errant flecks of soap and whatnot. And then you cut off some of the excess.
Sorry about this. I'm going to clean this mess up right away.
I'm not turning that fan off.
Clean up. That is a good idea, right?
I'm not turning that fan off. I need these, and my window is still open.
You should wash your hands, right?
Yes, please.
You come out.
That's one thing. We don't have a shortage of soap.
You come out of it. You're by yourself.
You're supposed to be in the bathroom by yourself.
Wash your hands and come out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think it's time for us to come out now.
That's why you have extra. I'm talking to you guys and talking to her, and I done messed it up. That's what I say. It's not good to be distracted.
I'm supposed to work. What are you doing?
And I don't know what you can do with these scraps. I don't know.
Well, I told me to make this. Am I in bigger trouble?
Yeah.
Bigger trouble. Busted is all my fault.
I'm going to have to clean up a little bit.
Yeah,
And
I
this.
so busted. Ain't even dropped it.
Open that bathroom door, Mama.
Keep it open a little
Yes.
and clean this mess.
Yes, please. All right. Let's see what I've done here. So the goal is to have some paper wrap around the sides. You're like making a paper box. And I think I was pretty accurate, so I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on it. Just small little pieces. Small little pieces of tape. You get your little paper box to stay. It's one corner, one corner at a time. fussing about something. I don't know what little mama fussing about. She's lecturing somebody. Okay, and that little piece of tape right there. Let's just hope this fits. If it doesn't, I gotta take all this tape off and start over. Okay. It helps if the paper overlaps on the outside. That's how you can get nice, sharp, minor corners and avoid soap leakage. There. And this one right here. I do. Okay. And I don't want the tape on the inside where my soap is. No, no, no. I don't know what's on this tape. And soap is a skin product, so no foreign substances away from your soap. Yeah, it can be temperamental a little bit. It's paper. So now, I also use a strap. I'm just gonna have to get this strap because, and you know, sometimes I don't like it because it makes an indentation in your soap. It does. So I don't know. It's either have an indentation in my soap or not be able to get it out of the mold. So that's, I hope I didn't show you too much. That's what I have to deal with. So maybe we'll put it beneath the plastic next to the mold. Just like I did the last time. Yeah, for a minute, I'm going to turn that off. This is blowing my stuff around. I hope y'all didn't see anything. And if you did, I hope you close your eyes and block that image out of your mind. Just blot it out. Righty then. I just don't want the soap to leak out of this wooden box. Really. That's it. Thank you, Cake Boss. Not Cake Boss. I keep calling her Cake Boss. It's Soap Boss. There. Nice. Minored corners, nice and sharp. Then you just take I guess this soap will fit. I don't have that plastic liner. Gave me a couple of inches. Yeah. And I just cut through all of it. Right on the corners. It's nice and unsanitary, hasn't been used before. All right. Are you laughing? There. Let me fold that down. You put a little bit of tape on that. I could cut that. I'm not going to. Like if I show too much on this video when I was bending down, I will take this down. I'm gonna take it down. And these guys just missed this part. Nobody wants to see that. Alright, now this strap is in here so that when I turn the loaf up to remove it, I can just pull on this and then pull it out from the bottom. Because I didn't do that before. And sometimes loaves can be temperamental and it didn't want to come out and you don't want to tear it up. Going through all of this just to turn around and tear up a loaf? No. No. No, sir and ma'am. Not I. I'm going through all this trouble for a reason. So that it can look nice. I want to give it a fighting chance at success. There. It's not going to be completely even because when I made the outline, the paper was crooked. So that's the way it is. And it's covering up all of the mold. It's covering it all up. You know? So if soap slops out on the outside, this should be behind here. You know? Let's do it. Then I have some recourse. I can take my spatula and get it back. And it's just not all over the mold. So I told you it's like watching paint dry. You know, some parts of soap making is more tedious than other, but I enjoy all of the parts, even this. I mean, you'd have to like it to do it. I do. I totally enjoy doing this. And I get a nice product that's not going to add calories to my diet. You know, some people like to cook. I like to cook, but I have to cook for my children. So the joy has been seeped out of that. I mean, really, they sucked it dry like an old cow tip. The joy is gone for cooking. Because when you have to do something, it's fun. And I got barbecued. They don't even want the barbecue now. I'm like, boy, I don't know what you're going to eat. There's some ramen in there. I saw a ramen package in the garbage. I'm like, I was going to buy a new grill. My son's going to college. Never mind. He doesn't even like barbecue. He doesn't even care. My parents don't like the barbecue that much. And I cook more than meat, pork, you know. I grow vegetables. They're delicious. My grilled vegetables are delicious. Grilled squash. I forgot to do the mushrooms, the portobello mushrooms. Make a burger over there. See, this is not going to stick really because there's soap all over this mold. But it will work out. There. And my mold is lined. I'm gonna make sure it's not gonna stay under the bottom. So when I go to slap it on the table, it's probably gonna interfere. So I'm just gonna cut this. This is too much. And I'd rather have too much than too little. Now it's still. It's not a lot of soap on the side of the mold, but it's a lot of soap under the bottom where previous soaps have leaked. And I just repurposed this tape. But yeah, that's kind of why I didn't want to go anywhere, Auntie Bertha. The kids kind of wore me out a little bit. Just a tiny bit. And I just wanted to sit and do nothing. Nothing. You know, if I wanted to get back in the bed and go to sleep, fine. You do that. You're not needed for anything. Just go lay down some damn. I just didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't have to talk or think. Seriously, that's what Labor Day means to me. You just don't have to do a whole lot. See, I'm glad I put that plastic down there. I feel a hole. You don't have to do a whole lot. It's Labor Day. It's for the laborers. You know, the only means of production I control is this soap making. And then I'm dependent on natural resources like any other manufacturer. And price fluctuations, and so this is the only means of production I control, so I still consider myself a laborer, because I am just that. And that's what Labor Day is for. It may be a man-made, made-up holiday, but it's for the laborer. We trade our labor for pay. We sell our labor for pay. We sell our intellect for pay. All right. These need to be in place. It needs to stay. There. I'm thinking, is this going to yeah, lots of clean up. This is going to stay. I can smell my soap. I smell my soap cooking. Yep. I have some black electrical tape in here that I'm not going to use. But yeah, you can feel this strap. I don't know, I might use it. It don't want to stick. All right, now this is just coconut oil, plain coconut oil. I tell you, I want to give myself every fighting chance to come out the right way. Now, skill, that's another matter. I've been making soap since 2011. Yeah. Let me soap that, it might come up right there. That's turned in the wrong way. All right, so you put that back and take your little scraps, and then that'll be it. Now, I'm going to bring you back when I'm pouring this hot cooked soap, when it has gone through applesauce, potato, when it has gone through all the stages, and it has thoroughly cooked out all of the lye. With me in my crock pot, it takes about 2 hours. So this is going to be a journey and a process. And I put this oil on the inside so that when I pour my soap, We won't have any problems with it sticking to the wax paper, even though it's wax paper or freezer paper. Now that's it. When it gets jelly-like, the Vaseline stage, it's done. If you ever looked at soap when it was gelling, you know. And so since we're forcing it to the gel stage, thereafter, moving forward, there's no lie in the soap. When you cut your hot process soap, you're letting it dry out. Remember, I added extra liquid. I added extra liquid in the recipe, 40% instead of 38. Then I took out the 6 ounces for the Calamine lotion. And I'm allowed 3 ounces for my fragrance. And this isn't 3 ounces. Because 1 ounce per pound of fragrance is a lot of fragrance. And remember, this is for the face. It's mostly essential oils, just maybe a ½ ounce of fragrance. Pear, like the orange fivefold, that's an essential oil. The Rose Absolute, inexpensive essential oil. These are things that are good for your face. So we're going to leave now because we have to wait for our soap to cook, and we're going to take a look at our soap. Let's take one look. Because if it's open, it ain't cooking. You see? Now, I'm sorry, folks. If you guys want this soap, we talking about $7.99 a bar. I'm so sorry. I think I will use a spatula. See? That's why I wanted it to be a thick trace. It's getting ready to get to the Vaseline stage. And it's cooking now, and I should not have stirred it. I know better. But I can't help it. You leave the lid on, and you let it cook. See? Looks like mashed potatoes. That's why they call it the mashed potato stage. It looks like mashed potatoes. See, this is going to be a dark soap. As this soap gels, it's going to gel dark. Is it the turmeric? The calendula petal? Those are natural colorants, but they're botanicals. It's gonna gel dark. If I want it to be light, I can put some titanium dioxide in it, which is a skin preparation that I think is used in sunburn or suntan cream or something. So, but it doesn't have to be white. I put turmeric in it, and I'm going to put Calamine lotion in it. So, it's not going to be white anyway. But, I'm like, what color is pink and brown? I don't know. We have black and we have gray with the bentonite clay and the charcoal. And then the bulk of it will be pink. And, hey, this is a journey. We're going to get this together. But I'm losing heat. That needs to sit and cook. And I'll join you again in a couple of hours. Bye.